How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto, and today, of course, we'll be talking about Bitcoin. We'll be talking about Cardano, XRP, and overall, I'd really like to discuss what we're seeing happening in the recent action and price of Bitcoin and what we can expect to see moving forward. And time again, I'm asked a lot of various questions about cryptocurrency. Running a YouTube channel on crypto is sort of the nature of the beast. You get a lot of people with a lot of perspectives and a lot of spam, of course, but I mean, that's just the name of the game. And what I really wanted to say in this video is that the question of cryptocurrency adoption, I see as a similar story. I mean, asking a question of like how long until cryptocurrency is adopted on a massive level, and Bitcoin's more of a household name than ever. It's sort of a question that's much like how long will it take for cars to be completely automated and driving themselves. And I'd say that the time frames are very much similar. It's sort of it goes hand in hand with the old the riddle of cashless society and how long it's going to take at large to actually see full implementation. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with a 10-year time frame. So anyway, regardless, the topic of discussion, we want to talk about Cardano. We've got Charles Hoskinson. Cardano will become the most decentralized cryptocurrency in the world. Cardano will become the most decentralized cryptocurrency in the world, 50 to 100 times more decentralized than Bitcoin once all its updates and upgrades are implemented. At least that's the word according to Cardano co-founder and CEO of IOHK Charles Hoskinson, who caught up with Cointelegraph at SV Summit, a day-long crypto event running alongside the 50th edition of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. And speaking with Cointelegraph's, of course, Connor Hoskinson said he believes that the hard fork, consisting of the implementation of the Ouroboros, will be seamless and easy following the hard fork. The protocol will undergo a series of additional upgrades, which should eventually turn Cardano into the most decentralized cryptocurrency in the world. Definitely an interesting perspective. We have talked about Ouroboros on here before, and what this hard fork is really going to look like in real time. Of course, Cardano up 47% in 2020, but does blockchain's usage warrant it? Like many crypto assets, the price of Cardano ADA has increased over the opening months of 2020, starting at around 33. The digital currency now trades at 54. Although the same could be said about many of the thousands of digital currencies, the gains do not appear to be based on actual usage. In fact, a look at the Cardano blockchain shows that very few people are using the cryptocurrency at all. Cardano clearly a long way from mass adoption. According to data taken from its blockchain, hardly anyone is using Cardano, the 10th most popular crypto asset in terms of market capitalization. Roundly sees blocks that are completely empty. When they're not empty, they contain just a handful of transactions. Pointless, I would say, to point this out. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that at a large scale right now, crypto is not really needed. Just the same way we see it, in Venezuela, Dash is up, being used, basically doubling as the months go on. More and more people have a demand for it. I mean, the fact of the matter is that right now, there's no dire need for the technology right now, but that's the key term right there, is right now. Once there is a demand, we talk about inflation, you want to talk about all these different factors, you name it. We don't really need to specifically latch on to any particular one, but it is interesting nonetheless. So anyway, XRP, a lot of people talking about it, the recent news involving XRP, so we're going to, I'll pay some lip service to XRP in this video, and we'll be discussing that as well. But first, of course, Andrew Yang, we discussed, his shit in the last video, U.S. presidential candidates Regulations cannot impede crypto. Of course, Andrew Yang, who was running for U.S. president in 2020 election, has explained what his priorities will be regarding cryptocurrency under his administration. He said that crypto investors are finding a way to make use of their investments and regulations cannot impede it. Yang advocates for a uniform nationwide set of crypto regulations in the U.S. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that, I don't think Yang has any shot of being elected in 2020, maybe 2024. Let's hope not. But still, the fact that a presidential candidate is giving his platform to cryptocurrency says a lot about how far we've come. Just a short few years ago, nobody even knew what Ethereum was. They might have known what a Bitcoin was, but, for the most part, the conversation about blockchain is very much alive and well. Japan's very own social network to have currency. This is sort of exciting news. So what do you guys think about it? Exciting in a fearful way as well, I'd say. But when you're placed in a market where there are a lot of opportunities to improve oneself, the amount of innovations that arise out of the same is increasingly mesmerizing. One similar market is the blockchain market. So, I think that it'll be very interesting to see how social media platforms are going to be leveraging cryptocurrency. I think it's a question of when, not really a question of if. But anyway, so this bizarre factor could lead to XRP to seeing a rally. So it's no secret XRP has been a track record for seeing incredibly poor performances over the past several days and weeks, with the embedded crypto posting fairly consistent losses throughout 2019 when struggling to match the massive gains seen by many and other altcoins in 2020. It is important to note that the lackluster price action may soon be coming to an end, and there's a surprising catalyst drive it next major parabolic rally. The COVID factor, of course, coupled with an increasingly bullish technical format, formation. XRP hovers within lows of the 20-cent region, but the factor could catalyze momentum. Blah blah blah. Interesting at the same time. What are we going to expect to see from XRP? Currently about 25 cents a quarter will get you an XRP today. A very historic moment, I would say, because in the future, I think people will remember back to these prices, which is why I love making these videos, because people look at these Litecoin now $70. We are seeing a slow rise in the prices of cryptos. Just the other day it was $30 for a Litecoin. Those days will ever come again. Whether Bitcoin's just teasing us right now, is enough to be desired. An answer that will come only with time. But it will be interesting to see how Bitcoin is capable of, making these different plays. Over the course of the next couple of months, I suppose we'll see if it can maintain itself at that $9,000 level, or if it will go back down, deep down to the $7,000 level. Holding true at that 3,000, that 9,000, but I suppose it leaves a lot to be desired. The real question is whether it can boost and break that $12,000 resistance. Then we'd be talking some real, you'd be seeing some real serious shit. This baby would hit 88 miles an hour, and we'd be traveling through time. But that is unlikely in my perspective. I'd say there's still quite a bit of hurdles that need to be jumped over before we start seeing a romantic situation like that. Regardless, remember this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Of course, I'm not your dad. I'm not your financial advisor. Make sure you guys do your own research. Of course, will be interesting to see what happens with XRP. XRP grabbing a piece of the 35 billion yearly remittance follow between the U.S. and Mexico. So, it will be interesting to see, where the banks point their cannon, their financial cannons, and choose to invest, and hopefully us plebs are in the right place at the right time for the big money. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Comment down below the nation that you are watching from, and have a good day.